Okay, so it's going to be a commentary about chapter 3 from my book Metadimensional that is now available on Kindle and as a free audiobook on Google Play, and links are in the description. Okay, so this is going to be three-dimensional perception, so commentary about this. So I think the key takeaway from this chapter is we have a bit of a bias as to how we understand our what it is that we're supposed to do as we try to discover the truth or reality or substrate of reality or whatever. We're trying to we aim to constantly learn more, to be able to do more, to be able to create, say, more intelligent machines, to be able to detect more information, more detail, to be able to extract more information from the information that we receive, more meaningful information. We want to say, even if we can understand our reality, we want to think what would be. Let's not stop at what we can sense with our senses. Let's go beyond that and describe realities that we cannot perceive, but let's explore them anyway, because maybe they will teach us something about the reality we are in. And so this is the mentality of scientists, of science, of academia, or at least that's on paper. That's what most disciplines strive for. But but because of this, we kind of miss the point, like understanding what we are. We assume that if we can create a computer that is more intelligent than us, then it's better than us. It can, that's an advantage. We think if we can detect things that we cannot perceive with our senses, then it's an advantage, and it is an advantage in both cases if we are competing between each other. In that sense, it is an advantage. But sometimes, and what I describe in this chapter seems to be indicating that sometimes there is no value in this extra. Sometimes you need a specific thing. Specifically, our three-dimensional perception. It's not. We tend to think of it as as the best that flawed process of evolution by natural selection was able to produce a brain like we have, vision like we have, understandings as we have. That given more time to evolve, we would become. We would become much better than what we are now, rather than assume that it is actually that what we are now is the target, is the aim of the evolutionary process. It's not that the evolutionary processes evolve and evolve and evolve continuously on end in order to forever become more successful, more adaptive. I mean, yeah, so evolution by natural selection is always going to do that. But there seems to be a stronger pull, a stronger evolutionary incentive. And that incentive is not for evolutionary advantage in that sense. It is for to meet a specific criteria, the criteria of having an experience, of having like the ability, this being that thing that is doing the evolution, and that it would perceive three-dimensional forms. It's as if, as I said in the previous chapter, it's as if we are not. It's not like evolution of animals happened in a three-dimensional space until they got to the point of sentience or something like that, and then it continued to evolve. But rather that there was sentience was being non-sentient was a deal breaker, and you had to be sentient, and you had for there to be anything, and to be sentient, you had to have three-dimensional perception, three-dimensional world as we know it, three-dimensional vision, three-dimensional everything. Like this is not. Again, it's not that there was a three-dimensional world into which we emerged, but rather is that we emerged in a three-dimensional world was the only thing we would accept. And it's not that experience somehow evolved to for nothing, for no reason whatsoever. Like that we could have been non-experiential. There could have been us without there being something that's like to be us, and it would be fine. But rather the opposite. It doesn't matter if we are intelligent or not. The necessity is that there is something that's like to be us, and all the evolution of the brain or all that stuff. That's secondary. If there's nothing that's like to be us, there's no point in producing a brain. It simply won't happen. So it's an inversion of the causal trail. Instead of three-dimensional perception emerging in a three-dimensional world, it is three-dimensional world emerging by three-dimensional perception.